Hi, this is Savita Valsang and you're watching Statistics Made Simple. In this video, I have solved the midterm examination paper for the year 2023. In this video, I am solving the second PUC midterm examination October 2023 question paper. Starting with section A, first main, choose the correct answer from the choices given. Each of these 5 questions carry 1 mark. The first question, the capacity of a woman to bear children is called fertility, mortality, growth, fecundity. The correct answer is fecundity. Second question, if price during the current year is double the price during the base year, the price index number for the current year is, the options are 50, 100, 150, 200. We are aware that the base year index is equal to 100. So the current year is twice the base year, or it is double the base year. So 2 into 100. So the correct option is D, 200. Third, the variation of time series that can be predicted is the secular trend, seasonal variation, cyclical variation, and irregular variation. The correct answer is B, seasonal variation. Fourth, the numerical coefficient of y3 in the expansion of y minus 1 to the power 5 is 1, 15, 10, and 5. So if we draw the Pascal's triangle and check for n equal to 5, we'll see that the coefficient of y3 is 10. So the option is C. Fifth, the relationship between the mean and variance of a binomial distribution is subdivision A, mean is greater than variance, B, mean is equal to variance, C, mean is less than variance, and D, none of these. The correct answer is A, the mean is greater than the variance. Second main, fill in the blanks by choosing the appropriate answers from those given in the brackets. Each of these carry 1 mark. Sixth one, the value of NRR is more than 1 is indicative of, the answer is increase in population. Seventh one, while constructing index numbers, arithmetic mean average is commonly used. Eighth one, dash is a cause of irregular variation. The answer is war. Ninth one, in Newton's advancing difference method, the values of independent variables should be in AP. So AP means arithmetic progression. That is, the difference between the x values should be the same. 10th one, the mean of the t distribution is 0. Third main, match the following. The 11th one, vital event is birth. Laspeyer's index number shows an upward bias. Secular trend is also called as the long-term movement. Method of interpolation is the binomial expansion method. 15th, in chi-square distribution, if variance is 10, we have to check whether the mean is 5. So we know that for the chi-square distribution, 2n is equal to 10. That is, the variance is 2n, which is equal to 10. So which implies n is equal to 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 5. So we know that 5 is nothing but the mean of the chi-square distribution, because we know that E of chi-square is n. So the correct answer is 5. So here let us write 15. Fourth main, answer the following questions. 5 into 1 is equal to 5. 16th, mention a use of life table. There are 5 different uses. You can write any one of them. Live tables are used by insurance companies to determine the rates of premium for policies of persons of different ages. It is used for the measurement of growth of population and the computation of NRR. Then it is used for estimating the future population. It is used by the government and private organizations in planning healthcare, retirement age, educational program, etc. It is used for analyzing the effects of mortality on the age and sex composition of a population. 17th question. Which price of commodities is used in the construction of cost of living index number? So usually the retail prices of different commodities are used in the construction of cost of living index number. So remember that cost of living index number is also called as consumer price index number. 18th one, mention a method of measuring trend. There are 4 different methods. You can mention any one of them: the graphical method, semi-averages method, moving averages method, and the least squares method. 19th question, define interpolation. So interpolation is a technique of finding the value of y corresponding to a value of x which lies in the range x0, xn. 20th question, in a Bernoulli distribution, if p is equal to 0.2, then find the variance. Okay, so this p, though in the question paper it is capital P, it should be in lowercase, that is small p. So they have given p is equal to 0.2. So find out q, which is 1 minus p, which is 1 minus 0.2 is equal to 0.8. Now we have to find out the variance. So write the formula. Consider variance of x is equal to pq, which is 0.2 into 0.8. So the answer is 0.16. Moving on to section B. Fifth main, answer any 5 of the following questions. 5 into 2 is equal to 10. 21st question, in a town in a year, 62,148 live births occurred, and by these, 3,207 infants died in the same year. Calculate IMR. So let us first write the formula for IMR. So consider IMR, that is infant mortality rate, which is number of deaths among infants in a year divided by, it is number of live births in a year into 1,000. So substituting, we get IMR is equal to 3,207 divided by 62,148 into 1,000. So on simplification, we get the final value as 51.60. State 2 norms for the selection of the base year. It should be free of abnormalities or fluctuations due to economic boom or depression, strikes, floods, famines, earthquakes, tsunamis, etc. And if the base period is taken as a period of economic instability in which the prices of various commodities have become abnormally high due to scarcity, then the comparison of price relatives will not be of much practical use. Thirdly, the base period should not be too distant from the current period because the pattern of consumption may have changed. 23rd question. If P01 of L is equal to 105 and if P01 of P is equal to 125, then find Dobish-Bowley price index number. So let us write the formula. Consider P01 of DB is equal to P01 of L plus P01 of P whole divided by 2. So which is equal to 105 plus 125 divided by 2. So which will give us the answer as 115. 24th question. Write two demerits of least square method. First one, the method is difficult in terms of calculations as compared to the method of moving averages. And secondly, if any year is added to the given time series, the whole procedure has to be repeated from the beginning. 25th question. Write the assumptions of interpolation and extrapolation. There are 3 points. You can write 2 of them. First one, there are no sudden jumps in the values of the dependent variable from one period to another. Second, there is a sort of uniformity in the rise and fall of the values of the dependent variable. So remember that the dependent variable is y. And thirdly, there will be no consecutive missing values in the series. 26th question. Under what conditions does the hypergeometric distribution tend to the binomial distribution? There are 2 conditions. Firstly, a plus b is very large. That means a plus b tends to infinity. And the second condition is a divided by a plus b is equal to p. 27th one. If probability of x equal to 1 is equal to probability of x equal to 2 for a Poisson distribution, find the parameter. So we know that the parameter of the Poisson distribution is lambda. So we have to find out what is lambda. So let us start with what is already given. So I'll start with probability of x equal to 1 is equal to probability of x equal to 2. So which will imply that P of 1 is equal to P of 2. So we know that for the Poisson distribution, the PMF is P of x equal to e to the power minus lambda to the power x divided by x factorial. So which implies P of 1 means wherever there is x, you replace it by 1. So you'll get e to the power minus lambda to the power 1 by 1 factorial. And P of 2 means in the PMF where you have x, replace it by 2. So e to the power minus lambda square divided by 2 factorial. So which implies e to the power minus lambda will get cancelled on both sides. Then on the left hand side you have lambda to the power 1 and here you have lambda square. So lambda will remain. So on the left hand side the numerator is 1. 1 factorial is 1 which is equal to on the right hand side you're left with lambda in the numerator and 2 factorial is 2. So now you cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, you will get lambda is equal to 2, which is the parameter of the Poisson distribution. Next one, the 28th one, if standard deviation is 2 for a normal distribution, find the mean deviation. So they have given us the standard deviation of the normal distribution. That means sigma is equal to 2. Okay, so we know that the mean deviation, that is MD, is equal to 4 by 5 sigma. So which is 4 divided by 5 into 2, which is 8 by 5, or the answer is 1.6. Section C, 6th main, answer any 4 of the following questions. 4 into 5 is equal to 20. 29th question, the following table gives the age and gender distribution, the number of live births occurring in a year in a population. Find CBR, GFR and ASFR for the age group 30 to 39. So in the first column we have age group in years from 0 to 14 up to 50 and above. Then the male population, female population and number of live births in each of the age groups are given. So the first step is, let us find out the total male population. So it is 67,000. I think it's about 67,176. So 67,176. and the total female population is 64,070, and the total number of live births is 1,868. So let us start with the first subdivision, that is to find out the crude birth rate. So the formula is number of live births occurring in a year divided by average population in a year. So now when we consider the average population, we should consider both the male population and the female population. So substituting, we will get CBR is equal to number of live births occurring in a year, so 1,868 divided by 67,176 plus 64,070, this multiplied by 1,000. So which gives us 1,868 divided by 1,31,246 into 1,000. So on simplification, we get CBR is equal to 14.23. Subdivision B, let's consider GFR, which is number of live births occurring to women in the childbearing age divided by average population of women in the childbearing age into 1,000. So always remember that the childbearing age is 15 to 49 years in women. So when you're taking into consideration the average population of women in the childbearing age, take into consideration only the female population in the age group 15 to 49 years. So doing so from the table, you will get the numerator as 1,868 divided by 36,330 into 1,000. So therefore, GFR is equal to 51.42. Moving on to subdivision C, they have asked us to find out ASFR for the age group 36 to 39 years. So let's write the formula. Consider ASFR, that is age specific fertility rate. This is equal to number of live births occurring to women in the age group 36 to 39 years divided by it is average population of women in the age group 36 to 39 years into 1,000. So therefore, ASFR for the age group 36 to 39 years is equal to, take the live births only in that age group 36 to 39 years, that will be the numerator, and take only the female population in the age group 36 to 39 years, which is 9,120 into 1,000. So the final answer is 35.75. 30th question. Compute GRR, that is the gross reproduction rate. Obtain the average number of female children born to women of childbearing age. So in the first column you have age group in years 15 to 19, 20 to 24 up to 45 to 49, and each of these age groups are of width 5. Then the female population and the female births for each of these age groups are given. So let's start with the solution. Given I is equal to 5, where 5 is the width of the age groups. Then let us write GRR formula. It is I times summation 15 to 49 WSFR. So WSFR is women specific fertility rate, and the formula is female births by female population into 1000, that is FBX divided by FPX into 1000. So this female population is your FPX and female births is FBX. So to find out WSFR, I'll form the column WSFR. So how do you calculate WSFR? It is female births by female population into 1000. Repeat the procedure for each of the age groups. So 200 divided by 16,000 into 1000. That will give us 12.5. Similarly, the next one is 50, 60, 35, 30, 10, and 0 divided by 14,000 into 1000 will be 0. Add these up, you'll get summation WSFR, which is 1975. So therefore GRR, it is 5 into summation WSFR. So summation WSFR is 1975. So therefore GRR is equal to 987.5. It is actually female births per 1000 women. Now they have also asked us to find out the average number of female children born to women of childbearing age. So therefore the average number of female children born to women of the childbearing age is GRR divided by 1000, so which is equal to 987.5 divided by 1000. This is equal to 0.9875, so which is approximately 1. 31st question, mention the steps involved in the construction of index numbers. There are 7 steps. The first one is defining the purpose of the index number. Second is selection of the base period. Third is selection of commodities or items. Then you have the fourth step as obtaining the price quotations. Then you have the choice of an average, selection of weights, and selection of a suitable formula. 32nd question, compute Paget's quantity index number from the following data and comment. So they have given us the items as A, B, C, D, and then they have also given us the price and quantity for the base year and the current year. So first let us write Paget's quantity index number formula. So I'll start with consider Q01 of P is equal to, So whenever you want to write the formula for any quantity index number, start with summation Q1 divided by summation Q0. The weights for purchase quantity index numbers are the prices in the current year. So multiply numerator and denominator by P1 and then multiply by 100. So let us mark the columns. The quantity in the base year is Q0. The price in the base year is P0. The current year quantity is Q1 and the price for the current year is P1. So let us form two columns P1 Q1 and P1 Q0. So P1 Q1 is 10 into 6 is 60. The next one is 100. Then again you have 100 and 125. So summation P1 Q1, the total is 385. Similarly, let us find out P1 Q0, that is 15 into 6 is 90. Then you have 80, 50 and 150. So the total is summation P1 Q0, which is equal to 370. So substituting, we get 385 divided by 370 into 100. So therefore Q01 of P is 104.05. So now they have asked us to comment or to write the conclusion. So how do we write the conclusion? So since this is a quantity index number, now whatever answer we have got, that is 104.05, you subtract it from the base year index, which is 100. So we get the resultant value as 4.05. So now let us write the conclusion. We write the quantity in the current year has increased by 4.05% as compared to the quantity in the base year. Thirty-third question, calculate trend values by 4-yearly moving averages. In the first column we have years from 2000 to 2009 and in the second column we have sales in thousands of rupees. So let us start the problem. We will write given. Since they have asked us to calculate 4-yearly moving averages, first we need to calculate the 4-yearly moving total. So we'll write given m is equal to 4 and 4 is an even number. So m is called as a period of variation. So whenever we have m as even, we need to calculate 2m, which is 2 into 4, which is equal to 8. So first we'll form the column 2-yearly moving totals. So we add 4 values at a time. So add 75, 60, 55 and 60. When we add this, we get 250 and the middle for these 4 years is in between 2001 and 2002. So I'll just draw an arrow here and write 250. So the positions are important in the method of moving averages. Now leave out the first value 75, add the next 4 values, that is 60, 55, 60, 65, and this should be written in between 2002 and 2003. So the total is 240. So similarly leave out the first 2 values and add the next 4. So we'll get 250. Continue in a similar manner. So next is 265. Then we get 280, 300, and the last total is again 300. So whenever M is even, we'll have another extra column which is called as 2 yearly centered moving totals. Now this is because the 4 yearly moving totals which we found out, it doesn't correspond to any year, but it is lying between 2 years. So we use what is called as a centering process. So now you add the totals of this column, two totals of this column. That is, we add 250 and 240, and when we write it, it will correspond to the year 2002. So the total is 490. Now similarly, add 240 and 250, you'll get again 490. So continue in a similar manner. So 250 and 265 will give us 515. Then 265 plus 280 should correspond to the year 2005. The total is 545. Next is 280 plus 300 is 580. Next is 300 plus 300 is 600. So the first two and the last 2 years will not have any totals. Similarly, the last column is 4 yearly moving averages, which are nothing but the trend values. So the first two and the last two trend values will be missing, and this column is obtained by dividing by 2m. And 2m in this case is 8. So what should we do now? We have to divide 490 by 8. So when we do that, we get 61.25. Similarly, the next one also is 61.25. Then 515 divided by 8 will give 64.375. The next one is 68.125, then 72.5 and 75. So now we see that the trend values are all increasing. Though they haven't asked us the conclusion or comment, let us write the conclusion. The given time series indicates an upward trend. For 34th question, for the following data, interpolate and extrapolate the sales for the year 2007 and 2011. The years are given from 2006 to 2011 with a difference of 1. And then we have the corresponding production in crores. Now the first step is to mark year as X and production in crores as Y. This will be our Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 and Y5. So let us write the first step. Given number of known values of Y. That is n is equal to 4. Now let us start with the binomial expansion formula. So I'll write consider y minus 1 to the power n is equal to 0, which implies y minus 1 to the power 4 is equal to 0. So to expand this, you start with y4, leave some space, then y3, y2, y1, y0, and then equate it to 0. First we'll have the plus sign, then minus, plus, minus, and plus. Now using Pascal's triangle, we will find out what are the coefficients in the expansion y minus 1 to the power 4 equal to 0. So if you see Pascal's triangle, for n equal to 4, the coefficients are 1, 4, 6, 4 and 1. So here the coefficient will be 1, then it is 4, 6, 4 and 1 will equal to 0. So now substituting the values which are known to you, you will get 65 minus 4 into 38 plus 6 into 25 minus 4y1 plus 13 is equal to 0. So which implies 65 minus 152 plus 150 minus 4y1 plus 13 is equal to 0. So which implies minus 4y1 plus 76 is equal to 0, or which implies minus 4y1 is equal to minus 76, which implies minus and minus will get cancelled. So y1 is 76 divided by 4, which is equal to 19. So you can write, therefore, the production for the year 2007 is 19 crores. Next, we have to find out the production for the year 2011. So the next step is we have to increase the suffix, that means the subscript of y by 1. So in the expansion y minus 1 to the power 4 equal to 0, increase the suffix of y by 1. So the equation now becomes y5 minus 4y4 plus 6y3 minus 4y2 plus y1 equal to 0. Please note that the coefficients 1, 4, 6, 4, 1 will remain the same. Now substituting the terms which are known to us. So it is y5 minus 4 into 65 plus 6 into 38 minus 4 into 25 plus 19 is equal to 0. So which implies y5 minus 260 plus 228 minus 100 plus 9 is equal to 0. So which implies y5 minus 113 is equal to 0, or which implies y5 is equal to 113. So therefore the production for the year 2011 is 113 crores. Thirty-fifth question. In a college, the chance that a teacher suffers from dust allergy is 3 by 10. Calculate the chance that out of 6 teachers, first subdivision, 1 will suffer from the dust allergy, and second subdivision, at least 2 will suffer from the dust allergy. So this problem is based on the binomial distribution. So if you see that there are teachers who are suffering from the dust allergy, and there are those who are not suffering from the dust allergy, and the probability of a teacher suffering from dust allergy is 3 by 10. Okay, so this problem is based on the binomial distribution, and for the binomial distribution we need two parameters n and p. So n are the number of teachers, which is 6, and p is 3 by 10, which is usually in percentage, decimals or fractions, and it's a probability of success, that is, it's the probability that a teacher suffers from dust allergy. So let's start with the problem. We'll write down the parameters which are given. So write given n equal to 6, p is 3 by 10, converted to decimal, so it is 0.3. Find out q, that is a probability of failure. In this case, it is the probability of teachers not suffering from dust allergy, which is 1 minus p. 1 minus 0.3 is equal to 0.7. Next, we have to define the binomial variate capital X, that is number of teachers who suffer from dust allergy. So that is X follows binomial 6, 2.3. Next, let us write the probability mass function. So the PMF is P of X equal to, in the flower bracket, I'm going to write it directly, NCX, that is 6CX, P to the power X, so 0.3 to the power X, Q to the power N minus X, so 0.7 to the power 6 minus X. X takes values from 0 to N, but here N is 6, so X is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0 otherwise. So let us start with the first subdivision. One teacher will suffer from dust allergy. That's the chance or probability which we should find out. So consider probability of X equal to 1, which is equal to P of 1. So in the PMF, replace X by 1. So 6C1, 0.3 to the power 1, 0.7 to the power 6 minus 1. So 6C1 is 6, 0.3 to the power 1 is 0.3, and then we have 0.7 to the power 5. So which is equal to 1.8 into 0.1681. So therefore, probability of X equal to 1 is 0.3026. So in the second subdivision, we need to find out the probability that at least 2 teachers will suffer from dust allergy. So consider probability of X at least means greater than or equal to 2. In the direct method, it means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to calculate many probabilities. So you'll use the formula method, which is 1 minus probability of X less than 2. So on the right hand side, if you have the inequality greater than or equal to, on the right hand side it becomes only less than. So this is equal to 1 minus probability of X equal to 0 plus probability of X equal to 1. So the two values which are less than 2 are 0 and 1, which is equal to 1 minus, it is P of 0 plus P of 1. So in the PMF, wherever you have X, replace it by 0 and 1 to get P of 0 and P of 1 respectively. So this is 1 minus, you will get 6C0, 0.3 to the power 0, 0.7 to the power 6 minus 0 plus P of 1 we have already found out, which is 0.3026. So this is equal to 1 minus 6C0 is 1, 0.3 to the power 0 is also 1, and we need to find out 0.7 to the power 6 plus 0.3026. So which is 1 minus 0.7 to the power 6 is 0.1176 plus 0.3026. So add up the two values within the brackets and subtract from 1. So you'll get probability of x greater than or equal to 2 is equal to 0.5798. 36th question. The parameters of the hypergeometric distribution are a equal to 12, b equal to 8 and n equal to 6. Find its mean and standard deviation. So let me write down the three parameters again. Given n equal to 6, a equal to 12 and b equal to 8. Start with the first subdivision. Write the formula for the mean. So consider expectation of x, which is equal to NA divided by A plus B, which is 6 into 12 divided by 12 plus 8. So on simplification, you get E of x is 1.08260286. The next subdivision, consider they've asked us to find out the standard deviation of x. So SD of x is equal to, it is root of NAB into A plus B minus n divided by A plus B the whole square into A plus B minus 1. So which is equal to root 6 into 12 into 8 into 12 plus 8 minus 6 divided by 12 plus 8 the whole square into 12 plus 8 minus 1. So which is equal to root of, so it is 576 into 14 divided by 400 into 19, which is equal to root of 8064 divided by 7600, which is equal to root of 1.0611, or we get SD of x is equal to 1.0301. The seventh main. Answer any two of the following questions. 2 into 5 is equal to 10. 37th question. Calculate the price index number by weighted average of price relatives method using geometric mean. So the commodities from A to E are given. The price for the base year and the current year are given, and the weights in percentage are also given. So let us write the formula. So the formula based on the geometric mean is, consider P01 of GM is equal to anti-log summation W log P divided by summation W. So P is P1 by P0 into 100. So the base year price we know is P0. The current year price is P1. So let us calculate the price relative capital P, which is P1 by P0 into 100. So it is 90 divided by 100 into 100 will give us 90. The next one is 100. Then 85.71, 75, 137.5. Next we need to find log P. So take 4 places after the decimal after rounding off. So log of 90 is 1.9542. Then log of 100 is 2. Then we have 1.9330, 1.8751, 2.1383. Next column we need W log P. So it is 30 into 1.9542, which is 58.626. Next is 30, 38.66, 18.751, 53.4575. Then find out summation W log P. So you'll get 199.4945. And if these weights are nothing but W, so if you find out their total, it will be 100. So substituting all the values in the formula, it is anti-log of 199.4945 divided by 100, which is equal to anti-log of 1.9949. So therefore P01 of GM is equal to 98.8326. Question: for the following time series, fit a linear trend by the method of least squares. In the first column you have years 1980, 1984, 1988, 1992, 1996 and 2000. The difference between the years is 4. Then in the second column you have the profit in crores. So let us start the problem. First you mark years as X and the profit in crores as Y. So years is X and profit in crores as Y. And then I will find out summation Y. So summation Y is 108. So let us write given the total number of years. So given n is equal to 6, which is even. So within brackets I'll write even. Then let's start with let y equal to a plus bx be the straight line equation or is a linear equation. Then the two normal equations are na plus b summation x is equal to summation y. Second a summation x plus b summation x square is equal to summation xy. Now we have to find out x. Since these x values are 4-digit numbers, to make it simpler, we use the formula x is equal to deviation from the arithmetic mean of the two middle years. That means we have to add the two middle years and divide by 2. So 1988 plus 1992 whole divided by 2 divided by, it is h by 2. Okay, so h in this case is difference between the years, that is 4. So we get x is equal to deviation from (1990). 4 divided by 2 is 2. So now let us find out x. So 1980 minus 1990 is minus 10. Minus 10 divided by 2 is minus 5. Similarly, you will get minus 3, minus 1, 1, 3 and 5. So our aim is always to make summation x equal to 0. Next, find out x square minus 5 square is 25. Then you have 9, 1, 1, 9 and 25. So summation x square is equal to 70. Now let us find out xy. So 16 into minus 5 is minus 80. Be careful with the signs. Minus 60, minus 19, 14. Then you have 54, 105, and summation xy is equal to 14. Next, we will substitute these totals in the two normal equations to get the values of a and b, and then find out the fitted linear trend equation. I will now substitute the totals in the first normal equation. So we'll get 6a plus b into 0 is equal to 108, which implies 6a is equal to 108, or a is equal to 108 divided by 6. So therefore a is equal to 18. Similarly, substitute the totals in the second normal equation. So you'll get a into 0 plus b into 70 is equal to 108, which implies 70b is equal to 108, or b is equal to 108 divided by 70. So therefore b is equal to 1.5429. So then you can write, therefore the fitted linear trend equation is yc equal to 18 plus 1.5429 into x. Thirty-ninth question. From the following data, obtain the value of y when x is equal to 12 by using Newton's advancing difference method. So the x values are given and the y values are given. Let us first write Newton's interpolation formula. Consider yx equal to y0 plus x delta naught to the power 1 plus x into x minus 1 by 2 factorial delta naught square plus x into x minus 1 into x minus 2 by 3 factorial delta naught cube plus x into x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 by 4 factorial delta naught to the power 4. Since I am already aware that the leading differences will stop at delta to the power 4, I have written Newton's formula up to delta naught to the power 4. Now let us first do some markings. The first value in the x column is your x0 and the first value in the y column is y0. Let us find out the leading differences. So first we will have delta to the power 1, delta square, the third leading difference delta cube, and the fourth leading difference delta to the power 4. So how do we find out the first leading differences? It is 30 minus 23 is 7. 7 is written in between 23 and 30 into delta to the power 1 column. Similarly, 34 minus 30 is 4. 37 minus 4 is 3. And 39 minus 37 is 2. Now let's find out the second leading differences. It is 4 minus 7 is minus 3. Write it in between 7 and 4. Then 3 minus 4 is minus 1. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Now here, to find out the third leading differences, you be careful. It is minus 1 minus of minus 3. So it becomes minus 1 plus 3. So the difference is 2. Then minus 1 minus of minus 1 is minus 1 plus 1, which will be equal to 0. Then 0 minus 2 is minus 2. Now we have to find out x. X is the value of x for which y is interpolated minus value of x at the origin divided by the difference between two adjoining values of x. Either you can write this long formula, or this is just equal to the value which is given to us in the question, that is the x value which is given to us in a question, that is 12, minus x naught, that is 10, and the denominator is the difference between the x values, that is 20 minus 10. So this is given, this is your x naught, and this is the difference between the x values. So it is 2 divided by 10, which is equal to 0.2. Substituting in Newton's interpolation formula, we get y subscript 12 is equal to 23 plus 0.2 into 7 plus 0.2 into 0.2 minus 1 divided by 2 factorial is 2 into minus 3 plus 0.2 into 0.2 minus 1 into 0.2 minus 2 divided by 3 factorial is 6. This into 2 plus 0.2 into 0.2 minus 1 into 0.2 minus 2 into 0.2 minus 3 divided by 4 factorial is 24 into minus 2. So on simplification, it is 23 plus 1.4 plus 0.2 into minus 0.8 into minus 3 divided by 2 plus 0.2 into minus 0.8 into minus 1.8 into 2 divided by 6 plus 0.2 into minus 0.8 into minus 1.8 into minus 2.8 into minus 2 divided by 24, which is equal to 24.4 plus 0.24 plus 0.192 plus 0.084. So therefore y12 is equal to 24.916. 40th question. Daily wages of workers are normally distributed with mean rupees 500 and standard deviation rupees 40. Find the probability of workers getting wages first subdivision more than rupees 530, second subdivision between rupees 380 and rupees 460. First, let us write given. The mean of the normal distribution is denoted by mu, which is 500. Standard deviation is denoted by sigma, which is 40. Next, define capital X, that is daily wages of workers. So that is X follows normal 500, 40 square, that is mu, sigma square. Then it's important to write the standard normal variate formula. So we know that Z is equal to X minus mu by sigma, which follows normal 0, 1. Starting with the first subdivision, consider probability of x greater than 530. The next step is to standardize, so which is equal to probability of x minus mu by sigma is greater than 530 minus mu divided by sigma, which is equal to probability of z greater than 530 minus 500 divided by 40. So therefore, we get probability of x greater than 530 is equal to probability of z greater than 0.75. So let us draw the standard normal curve. The center line is z equal to 0, then mark minus infinity and infinity. 0.75 is positive, so mark it on the right tail, that is z equal to 0.75. So z greater than 0.75, so to shade to the right side of 0.75, that is 0.75 to infinity. So this is equal to area from 0.75 to infinity, so which is equal to 0.2266. Starting with the second subdivision, let us now find the probability that x lies between 380 and 460. So we'll write consider probability of 380 is less than x is less than 460. Next we have to standardize. That means from each of the terms we have to subtract mu and divide by sigma. So its probability of 380 minus mu by sigma is less than x minus mu by sigma is less than 460 minus mu divided by sigma, which is equal to probability of, now substitute for mu and sigma, so it is 380 minus 500 divided by 40 is less than x minus mu by sigma is z is less than 460 minus 500 divided by 40. So which is equal to probability of, on simplification you'll get minus 3 is less than z is less than minus 1. So I'll draw the standard normal curve here. So mark minus infinity, infinity. The center line is z equal to 0. Now minus 3 is negative, so mark it on the left tail, and then minus 1 is also negative, so mark it on the left tail. So this is equal to area from minus 3 to minus 1. So remember that we can find out the probability only from any number to infinity. Okay, and we cannot find out the area from the statistical tables between two numbers. So from the, now because z lies between minus 3 and minus 1, you have to shade only between minus 3 and minus 1. Then from the starting point of the shading, that is minus 3 to infinity, you draw a bracket, and then from z equal to minus 1 to infinity, you draw another bracket. So the larger flower bracket area minus the smaller flower bracket area will give you the required shaded area. So this is equal to area from minus 3 to infinity minus the area from minus 1 to infinity. So from the statistical tables, the area from -3 to infinity is 0.9987 minus the area from -1 to infinity is 0.8413. So therefore, probability of 380 less than x less than 460 is equal to 0.1574. Section D, the eighth main, answer any two of the following questions. 2 into 10 is equal to 20. 41st question, for the following data, calculate STDR, hence find which locality is healthier. So the age groups are given 0 to 20, 20 to 50, 50 to 70, 70 and above. Then locality A and locality B's populations and deaths for each of these age groups are given. And they've also given us the standard population separately. So now let us start the problem. So first, let us mark the standard population as capital P, and we will find out summation P. So summation P is 1 lakh. Now let us start with the formula for STDR for locality A. So I'll write the side heading as locality A. So STDR of locality A is equal to summation PA divided by summation P, where A is the ASDR, that is age specific death rate, number of deaths occurring in a specific age group in a year divided by average population in a specific age group in a year into 1000. Then similarly, we also need to write the formula for STDR for locality B. So for locality B, the formula is STDR of B is equal to summation PB divided by summation P. Now let us first find out the age specific death rate for both the localities A and B. So I'm forming a column like this, that is ASDR for locality A and locality B. So let's calculate ASDRs for locality A. It is deaths by population into 1000. So 128 divided by 8000 into 1000 is 16. Then 65 by 13,000 into 1000 is 5. The next one is 14 and 63. Similarly, let us calculate the ASDRs for locality B. It is 72 divided by 4000 into 1000, which is 18. Then you have 6, 14 and 43. Now next we need to find out PA and PB. So the ASDRs for locality A should be multiplied with the standard population. So 20,000 into 16 is 3,20,000. Then similarly 30,000 into 5 is 1,50,000. Then we have 4,90,000 and 9,45,000. Next, find out the total. It is 19,05,000. Similarly, let's find out PB values. So it is 20,000 into 18 is 3,60,000. Then we have 1,80,000, 4,90,000, then 6,45,000 45,000, and summing it up we have 16,75,000. So let us now compute STDR of A. So STDR of A, you know that the formula is summation PA by summation P. So this is 19 lakhs 5,000 divided by 1 lakh. So on simplification, we get 19.05. Similarly, STDR of B is summation PB by summation P, which is 16 lakhs 75,000 divided by 1 lakh. So which is 16.75. Now let us write the conclusion or the comment. So let us compare the STDRs. Whichever locality's STDR is lesser, that locality is healthier. So the conclusion will be, since STDR of B is equal to 16.75 is less than STDR of A, which is 19.05, we conclude that locality B is healthier. Forty-second question. Calculate Fisher's ideal price index number and also verify whether it satisfies TRT and FRT. So items are given as A, B, C, D, and the base year price and quantity, current year price and quantities are given. So let us first mark the columns correctly. The base year price is denoted by P0. The quantity for the base year is Q0. Current year price is P1 and the quantity for the current year is Q1. So first let us calculate Fisher's price index number. So the formula is P01 of F is equal to root of, it is the product of last payer's and Paget's price index numbers. So without the 100. So first write last payer's price index number without the 100. So start with summation P1 by summation P0. The weight for last payer's price index numbers are Q0. So multiply numerator and denominator by Q0. Similarly, next write Paget's price index number without the 100. So start with summation P1 by summation P0. Multiply numerator and denominator by Q1. And outside the root write into 100. So the first question is, we should calculate Fisher's price index number. So as you see, we need to form 4 columns. So we will need P0 Q0, P1 Q1, P1 Q0 and P0 Q1. So it is 5 into 25 is 125. The next value is 50, 120 and 80. So the total is 475. Similarly, find out P1 Q1. It is 6 into 30 is 180. Then 60, 200, 280. The total is 720. Next, find out P1 Q0. That is 6 into 25 is 150. Then you have 75, 160 and 240. The total is 625. Then find out P0 Q1. So it is 5 into 30 is 150. Then you have 40, 150, 210 and the total is 550. So next, substitute all these totals in the formula. So you'll get root of 625 divided by 475 into 720 divided by 550, and outside the root you have into 100. Continuing, therefore P01 of f is equal to root of, so when you divide, take 4 places after the decimal after rounding off, so you'll get 1.3158 into 1.3091, and outside the root you have into 100, which is equal to root of 1.7225 into 100. So the final answer is P01 of f is equal to 131.24. So for the final answer, just 2 places after the decimal is sufficient. Starting with subdivision B, we have to verify Fisher's index number satisfies TRT, that is the time reversal test. So the condition will carry 1 mark, that is P01 of f into P10 of f is equal to 1. So whenever we are doing the proof for TRT and FRT, we have to ignore the 100 in the formula. So consider P01 of f, which is root of last pairs without the 100 multiplied with the pairs without the 100. And for P10 of f, it is root of where you have 1, you replace it by 0 and 0 by 1, and then you will get P01 of f formula. So let us now substitute the totals in both these formulae. So summation P1 Q0 is 625 divided by, it is 475, and then summation P1 Q1 is 720 and summation P0 Q1 is 550. In a similar way, let us substitute the totals for P10 of f. So it is 550 divided by 720 into 475 divided by 625. Now you have to find the product of P01 of f and P10 of f. So therefore P01 of f into P10 of f is equal to, you can draw a long square root and then write these 8 values under the square root. So let me do that. So now you will see that most of the totals will get cancelled. So almost all the totals will get cancelled. And so what remains is root 1. So therefore you have P01 of f into P10 of f, which is equal to 1. So we write, therefore Fisher's index number satisfies TRT. Now the third subdivision, to verify Fisher's index number satisfies FRT, that is the factor reversal test. So the condition is P01 of f into Q01 of f is equal to summation P1 Q1 by summation P0 Q0. So P01 of f is Fisher's price index number. Q01 of f is Fisher's quantity index number. So we already know the formula for P01 of f, which is root of summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 into summation P1 Q1 by summation P0 Q1. And Q01 of f is root of, it is last pairs quantity index number without the 100, and it is Paget's quantity index number without the 100. So all you can do is you replace P by Q and Q by P in P01 of F formula, and you will get Q01 of F. So let us now substitute the totals in P01 of F. So it is root of, let us repeat the step again, it is 625 divided by 475 into summation P1 Q1 is 720 divided by summation P0 Q1 is 550. So which is equal to root of summation Q1 P0 is 550 divided by summation P0 Q0 is 575, which is multiplied by summation Q1 P1 is 720 divided by summation Q0 P1 is 625. So let us find out the product of P01 of F into Q01 of F. So which is equal to root. So let us list down the 8 totals. So you see 625 gets cancelled and 550 and 550 get cancelled. So therefore you get P01 of F into Q01 of F, which is root of, here you have 720 into 720. So first you write 720 and in the denominator you have 475 into 475. So it is written as root of 720 by 475 the whole square. Then the square and the root will get cancelled. So what remains is 720 divided by 475. And if you check the table, 720 is nothing but summation P1 Q1 and 475 is summation P0 Q0. I don't have much space, so I'll try to fit in the conclusion here. So therefore, Fisher's index number satisfies FRT. 43rd question. Fit a parabolic trend to the following data regarding profits and estimate the profit for the year 2009. So the parabolic equation is also called as the second degree equation or the quadratic equation. So years are 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, and the profits in thousands of rupees are also given as 10, 12, 13 and 10. So the first step is to mark years as X and the profit you can mark as Y. So first I will find out summation Y, which is equal to 45. Now let us start the problem. I will write given n is equal to the number of years, which is 4. In this case 4 is an even number. Let us write, let y equal to a plus bx plus cx square be the quadratic equation, or you can also write it as a parabolic equation. The three normal equations are the first one, na plus b summation x plus c summation x square is equal to summation y. Second, a summation x plus b summation x square plus c summation x cubed is equal to summation xy. And third, a summation x square plus b summation x cube plus c summation x to the power 4 is equal to summation x square y. Now let us write the formula for x. Because the years are 4-digit numbers, if you compute x square, x to the power 3 and x to the power 4, the values will become much larger. So for this purpose, we'll use a different formula for x. So whenever n is even, your x will be the deviation from the arithmetic mean of the two middle years. So x is equal to deviation from, it is 2006 plus 2007 divided by 2 whole divided by h by 2. Now h is nothing but the difference between the years, which is 1. So we get x is equal to deviation from, it is 2006.5 divided by 1 by 2 is 0.5. So now let us form the columns. You need x, then x squared, x cubed. You'll also need x to the power 4, xy, and x squared y. So let's find out x. It's 2005 minus 2006.5 is minus 1.5. Minus 1.5 divided by 0.5 is minus 3. Then you'll get minus 1, 1 and 3. So summation x is equal to 0. And whenever we square a negative number, it becomes positive. Minus 3 square is 9. 1, 1, 9. So you get summation x square is equal to 20. Then x cubed. So minus 3 cubed. So whenever you cube a negative number, it will remain as a negative. So it is minus 27, minus 1, 1 and 27. So always remember that summation x and summation x cubed will be 0. Next, x to the power 4. So when we find out to the power 4 of a negative number, it becomes positive. So minus 3 to the power 4 is 81, 1, 1 and 81. So summation x to the power 4 is equal to 164. Next, find out x into y. So 10 into minus 3 is minus 30. Then you have minus 12, 13, 30. So summation x, y is equal to 1. Then find out x square y. So what is x square y? It is 10 into 9 is 90. In a similar way, you will get 12, 13 and 90. So summation x square y is equal to 205. So now let us substitute all the totals in the three normal equations. So the first if we substitute the totals in the first normal equation, you will get 4a plus b into 0 plus 20c is equal to 45. So which implies 4a plus 20c is equal to 45. I'll call this as equation 1. Then let's take the second normal equation. So you'll get a into 0 plus b into 20 plus c into 0 is equal to 1. So which implies 20b is equal to 1, or b is equal to 1 divided by 20. So b is 0.05. Substituting the totals in the third normal equation, you will get a into 20 plus b into 0 plus c into 164. This is equal to 205. So which implies 20a plus 164c is equal to 205. I'll call this as equation 3. So solving equations 1 and 3 simultaneously. We are doing this because our aim is to find the values of A and B. So write equations 1 and equations 3 one below the other. So it is 4A plus 20C is equal to 45 and 20A plus 164C is equal to 205. Now our aim is to make the coefficients of either A or C as equal. Now because we have 4 here and we have 20 here, I can multiply the first equation by 5. So if I do that, then I'll get the coefficient of A as 20, which matches with this 20. So now you will get 20A plus 100C is equal to 225, and then the other equations remain the same, that is 20A plus 164C is equal to 205. Now only if we subtract both the equations, then A will vanish. So 20A minus 20A will become 0. Then 100C minus 164C will become minus 64C is equal to 20. So which implies C is equal to minus 20 divided by 64. So which implies that C is equal to 0.3125. Now take any one of the equations and substitute for C to get the value of A. So I'll consider 4A plus 20C is equal to 45. So which implies 4A plus 20 into 0.3125 is equal to 45, or you will get 4A is equal to 45 minus 6.25, which is 38.75. So therefore A is equal to 38.75 divided by 4, or we get A is equal to 9.6875. So therefore the fitted quadratic trend equation is YC equal to 9.6875. That is A plus BX, so plus 0.05x plus CX squared, so here C is negative, minus 0.3125 x squared. Now we have to estimate for the year 2009. So for the year 2009, from the table we will get x is equal to 7. So therefore y 2009 will be equal to, so in this equation wherever you have x you replace it by 7, and so you will get the final value as 25.35.